On a beautiful October day in 1972, a plane carrying a Uruguayan rugby team soars through the sky. On board are 45 passengers, young men full of life, families there to support them, and a professional flight crew. Their destination? Chile, for a friendly match that promises to be unforgettable. But no one on board could have imagined that this journey would mark history in a tragic and unforgettable way.
Ladies and gentlemen, please fasten your seatbelts. We are expecting some turbulence. Thank you.
Midway through the flight, the plane enters a zone of turbulence. The passengers reassure each other. It's nothing. This often happens in the mountains, but quickly, the situation spirals out of control. The plane crashes into an icy mountain at over 3,500 meters altitude. The impact is devastating. The wings break off, the tail of the plane separates, taking several passengers with it. When everything finally stops, the silence is deafening. Of the 45 people on board, 28 survive the crash, but many are seriously injured. Among them are fractures, hemorrhages, and above all, a deep sense of despair. They quickly realize one thing: they are alone, lost in the middle of the Andes.
Help me!
The cold is their first enemy. Temperatures drop well below zero each night. The survivors huddle in the airplane's fuselage, using the remains of the seats as makeshift blankets. Then comes hunger. After eating the meager rations on board chocolate, biscuits, and wine, they run out of food. The hope of an imminent rescue fades. One day, the radio picks up devastating news. The search for the plane has been called off. The survivors then realize they can only rely on themselves. And that's when they make a decision that will go down in history. To survive, they must use the bodies of their deceased comrades as a food source. An impossible choice, but a vital one. After more than 2 months in these inhumane conditions, 2 young men, Nando Parrado and Roberto Canessa, decide to attempt the impossible. They embark on an expedition through the mountains, without proper equipment, guided only by their instincts. For 10 days, they walk facing snow, steep cliffs, and their own physical limits. At times, they hallucinate, believing they see towns in the distance. But they press on, driven by unyielding determination. Finally, they come across a shepherd who, horrified by their condition, raises the alarm. A few days later, rescuers arrive at the crash site. 16 survivors are extracted from this frozen hell. Their story has become a symbol of resilience and courage in the face of the impossible. The survivors of the Andes remind us that even in the darkest moments, hope and human will can triumph. Thank you for listening to this story. If it touched you, feel free to share it. See you soon for another adventure with your channel Vault of Echoes.